President Biden addressed inflation concerns during a speech at an AFL-CIO labor union convention in Philadelphia today. And as NPR's Tamara Keith explains, he made a pitch for electing Democrats in the upcoming congressional midterm elections.
Speaking to a friendly crowd, an energized Biden sought to draw contrast between his party and Republicans attempting to win control of the House and Senate. And while the job market is much improved, he acknowledged high costs for gas and food are, quote, sapping the strength of a lot of families. And he admitted that his agenda has been stymied in Congress.
Problem is, Republicans in Congress are doing everything they can to stop my plans to bring down costs on ordinary families. That's why my plan is not finished and why the results aren't finished either.
Though Biden hasn't been able to get total Democratic support for his legislative proposals either. Tamara Keith, NPR News, the White House.
Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says he supports the framework on gun safety measures that was announced by a bipartisan group of senators Sunday. Lawmakers are still writing the bill, and the minority leader says his support hinges on the final bill, closely reflecting the proposals in the draft version. That plan includes expanded background checks for young gun buyers, broader limits on gun sales to people convicted of domestic abuse, funding for mental health and school safety programs, and incentives for states to pass so-called red flag laws. Food and Drug Administration advisors today recommended the agency authorize Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine for children ages 6 through 17. More from NPR's Rob Stein.
The FDA Advisory Committee voted in a pair of unanimous votes that the agency should authorize Moderna's vaccine for children and adolescents. Those young people are already eligible to get the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, but the FDA advisors concluded that the benefits of Moderna's vaccine also outweigh the risks for this age group and could provide an alternative. Many children between the ages of 6 and 17 remain unvaccinated. The FDA does not have to follow the advisory committee recommendation, but the agency usually does. On Wednesday, the FDA advisors will consider the first vaccine for children younger than age 5. That's the last group to become eligible for vaccination. FDA scientists say the benefits of low-dose versions of the vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer BioNTech appear to outweigh the risks for babies, toddlers, and other very young children. Rob Stein, NPR News.
The House committee investigating the January 6, 2021 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol said today it's postponing its scheduled hearing for tomorrow. The session was to feature Trump-era Justice Department officials, including former Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen, as well as former top officials Richard Donoghue and Stephen Engel. No reason was given for the postponement. The Dow was down today 151 points. Much of the Midwest and a big swath of the South remain stuck in a potentially dangerous heat wave. Temperatures expected to reach record highs in many locations, with heat and humidity making it feel like it's well above 100 degrees in some spots. The extreme temperatures could affect as many as 100 million people by midweek. The U.S. Open Tennis Championships will allow athletes from Russia and Belarus to compete. Today's announcement means Wimbledon is the only Grand Slam tournament to ban those athletes because of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. More from NPR's Tom Goldman.
The U.S. Tennis Association, which runs the U.S. Open, says it continues to condemn the Russian invasion, but based on what it calls its own circumstances, the USTA will allow all eligible players, regardless of nationality, to compete in the tournament that starts August 29th. Russian and Belarusian athletes will have to play under a neutral flag. USTA Executive Director Lou Scher told the AP his group was worried about holding individual athletes accountable for their government's actions. Wimbledon, starting in less than 2 weeks, is banning Russian and Belarusian players, a move widely backed by the British public, but not the men's and women's tennis tours. They're penalizing the famous tournament by taking away ranking points from the event. Tom Goldman, NPR News.
Well, this year's back-to-school shopping season may not be as robust as some previous years. Surveys forecasting things are likely to improve from last year. The MasterCard Spending Pulse survey, which tracks spending across all payment forms, projecting that back-to-school spending will rise by 7.5% this year.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.